so damn proud.
Well, my client decided to die when I switched the OBS scene, so that's kind of unfortunate. We'll get the client reset here. Looks like... Okay, client's rebooted. We love the turning client. It never trolls us. Never. Why would it do such a thing? Anyways. Welcome back, everybody, to another loser semifinals matchup here between Avengers and Ducks as I get the clients reset because all the clients are completely gone. It's incredible. Where did all my clients go? Let me get this fixed real quick as we go through the bans. It looks like we have a Fremont 1 person ban here coming out from Avengers here, taking out Nanodef. Don't want to play the speed. Understandable. Have a nice day. I love it. Okay, my clients are just not wanting to. Sorry about that. Getting things reset here. I don't know what happened to my client. My client wants to sit completely vanished. For whatever reason, client 7 not right. Let's fix that. There we go. No mod 1 ban coming out here from Ducks. No Black Parade. That's kind of unfortunate here. Is the music too loud? Yeah, I forgot to turn down the music. That's bad. Oh, it's because the client reset, so it reset all the settings. That's part of the reason. Hopefully that's better. I say hopefully because my microphone isn't the greatest, so...
So damn proud.
Hard Rock 2 ban coming out from Avengers. No, none of that they're not having any of that finger control, none of that finger control precision Hard Rock in the pool. Still not entirely... I haven't had a chance to look fully in depth into kind of the performances of these teams, but if we look at, I guess, the qualifiers results, the Hard Rock 2 ban coming out from Avengers. I think it's understandable. Avengers did not have that great of a performance on Hard Rock 2 in qualifiers. I don't have any of the previous round stats open, but placing 27th out of 16, really. 27 on the Precision Hard Rock. I think a reasonable ban here. Interested to see what Ducks is going to ban second. They're going to ban out Hidden 2. Halloween Parties banned out. None of that AR8. Ducks, I think, did like okay on AR8, but I think the fact that Halloween Party is a perfect stack map, it makes it difficult to read for those who aren't comfortable on the low approach rate.
So damn proud.
So the bans are in a lot of... So 2 of the gimmick maps are gone. The low AR hidden and the small circle hard rock are gone. No mod 1 out of the question, so no welcome to the Black Parade, kind of the general consistency test overall, just in terms of every single skill set. And Nanodef Fremont, this is the first match I think where we've seen Nano Death free mod be banned. So kind of that finger control bursty free mod pick out of the question. We are going to see Hidden Free for the first time, Myosotis. This is the first time we're going to be seeing free mod 3 this weekend so far. If I pull up the map pooling sheet real quick, I need to get the notes that were put on the sheet for this. Yeah, I'm expecting kind of just a general like flow aim, kind of low BPM flow aim tech thing. It's a roll pan map, so generally going to be pretty decent. I'm interested to see the mod combinations here. It is CS2, this map, so very large circles. I would expect to see multiple hard rocks on this compared to Hiddens. Free mod rules in SFC require at least 3 players on each team to take a mod. 1 person on Hidden Easy Flashlight, the other person on Hard Rock or Hidden Hard Rock, and the 3rd person can take whatever. So it really depends on what mod combinations we're going to see. I am expecting to see... So Artblend definitely taking Hard Rock. Yexa I think also will be taking Hard Rock for Ducks. Captain will probably be playing Nomad, which makes Hixia on Ducks play Hidden, if I had to guess. On the other side of Avengers, we have... Okay, well, LWO was in lobby. I'm not sure exactly what... I'm not exactly what mods players on Avengers will take for this. I'm probably going to expect 2 Hard Rocks in the Hidden, or maybe Hidden Hard Rock, perhaps. I think this could be one of those. This free mod 3 could be one of those maps where we could see some Hidden Hard Rock over mods potentially. And the good lucks, have fun is coming out in chat. Here we go into the first map. And yeah, okay, so Yexa is going to be the one taking no mod on Ducks. Hixia and Captain for Hidden, Artblind on Hard Rock. And then on the side of Avengers, we have Speed of Snail, High is the best on Hidden, Blackjack with the Hidden Hard Rock. And I think that's very reasonable. This map, after Hard Rock, is still only, what, CS 2.7, so the circles are still very large. And already we're seeing 4 people in the lot, 5 people. Okay, there's only 2 FCs left, in Artblind and Smooter Main. Everybody else has broken so far, but it's the mod FC still for the side of Ducks versus the no mod. Unfortunately for Artblind, Artblind is at 80%. This map's still going to be a little bit difficult to act with Hard Rock, and the accuracy advantage pretty much squarely in favor of Avengers at the moment. But Smooter Main drops that full combo on the no mod, so it's all on Artblind to hold this FC. Artblind does miss though, and the score lead never actually went back in favor of Ducks. Hixia also went down. It's a break by Hixia, double break by Speed of Snail, Smooter Main, so it's Pies the best and Blackjack versus Yexa and Captain right now. And it's just more traded breaks all over. No, actually, no, not a traded break. The double large combo on the side of Ducks broke. Yexa Captain went down. Pies the best holding on with that Hidden. And you can kind of see just how brutal this map can be. The aim control, the flow aim required. Even on CS2, CS 2.7, this map is devilishly difficult to aim. But Smooter Main going through this entire section pretty solidly. Double break on both sides, but with an already 200,000 score lead, the map coming to a close. Avengers taking the first point. Off of a relatively solid performance. 300,000 score difference on a map like this is actually pretty sizable, because it's very easy to just break combo. And we see the 2 modded players on Pi is the best in Blackjack, both with over 400,000, outclassing everybody on the side of Ducks, and that was an early break point as well. Thank you, Jukebox. So a rough first pick there from Ducks, unfortunately. And the gimmick not working out. Maybe, I think the map also has a play in it. But here's the first pick from Avengers, DT1, and I think this is something that could potentially just be a game plan for Avengers here. Ducks, to my knowledge, are not that particularly good at speed or double time in general. Yeah, Ducks are like decent enough, but I think Avengers just outperform Ducks on this, and especially on a DT1 as Black Bullet, where it's really, there are a deceptive amount of bursts in this map, consecutive bursts as well. Could make things difficult for some of the players here. See who's able to both aim and tap this. 233 BPM, kind of old, awkward aim. Not necessarily awkward aim, more just like old style aim. This set of Black Bullet, not the Lucent one. God, if I put the Lucent one in here, I would have been absolutely destroyed. The set by Cindera, actually, I believe, ranked all the way back in, I want to say it was 2012. Oh no, this is actually a 2019 map. It's just mapped in, it is just mapped in really like 2012-ish style. But you take a look at this, and it's like, you take a look at the map, and it's like, oh, this is something that I probably would have passed in like 2012, 2013 mapping. And it looks like I'm going to be joined on the commentator booth by Dio. Good morning.
What's up?
I need to turn you up. That or I need to turn the music down. I think I need to turn the music down. Let's do that.
One or the other. Who knows? You never know.
I think the problem with me is I literally have everybody set to 200% on Discord already, so...
Unlucky. Here, I can turn myself up a little bit. I don't want to peak, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
But there we go. That should be a little better.
I love client. Alright. Here we go. Lamp 77, Spooder main, Blackjack, LWL for Avengers here. Artblind, Pixie, Captain, and Spells ZZZ for Ducks on this DT1. Artblind and Captain are not people I would have expected to see in for this map, especially not Artblind. So this could honestly just be like a third, fourth player syndrome here for Ducks.
Yeah, Artblind accuracy is pretty bad for Ducks. Avengers with just generally much better accuracy. You have a couple members on 98, 99 for them in Blackjack and Spooderman. And even though Lowell is missing a lot, it doesn't really matter too much right now. Captain not able to hold a combo, and the accuracy is keeping the lead on the side of Avengers for now. There goes Artblind finally, and it's Hixie on Spells versus Lamp and Spooderman. Both of them on 97 for Avengers, and Hixie on Spells on 96, 97 for Ducks. It's still pretty close, despite what looks to be a bit of that fourth player and third player syndrome for Ducks. Artblind and Captain doing a good enough job of holding on to combo to make this map close enough.
Yeah, I think like the extra sustained combo that Artblind and Captain have been able. Okay, hold up a second. That's a big shift in momentum, though. Double break on the FCs from Avengers, whereas
Everyone's gone.
Oh, it's gone. It's only Hixia left with the full combo.
Captain as well, the fourth player for Ducks, is holding on to some supporting combo here. Finally drops it, but that is more than enough to bring the lead over to the side of Ducks, and now suddenly everything resting on Hixia here. You have more frequent breaks now coming out of Spells and Artblind, and there is supporting combo, some little bit of combo being built up on Spooderman and Lamp, so if they can hold and Hixia misses, still winnable for Avengers, but this is looking so good for Ducks on the breakpoint.
Yeah, Hixia really going off on this right now. Artblind doing the job here, getting that combo game and getting the points necessary, but Hixia absolutely popping off. Not sure if this is an FC or a reverse choke. We did see that A rank on the score screen. I wonder if it's just a bunch of 50s as LWO goes down again. Finally breaks whatever combo Hixia was holding, but with the double break on the side earlier from Avengers and a 350,000 score lead already, this map is well shot and a back to traded breakpoint, honestly.
Yeah, very nicely done from Hixia and Spells. Spells as well by the end of that, still outscoring Spooderman. So, despite not maybe being as flashy about it as Spooderman, having a really good run regardless. And even the supporting scores actually for Captain and Artblind. Captain matching Blackjack and Artblind, besting LOL on the map. So just an across the board big victory for Ducks, and not really anything that Avengers could have done about it.
Yeah. This I think was definitely probably one of the more coin flippy double times that Avengers could have picked. I think double time, especially since DT2 and DT3 are still open, I think is still good territory, because those two maps are definitely more tapping intensive compared to what we just saw here in DT1. But we'll have to see what the game plan is now for Ducks. And really just for both teams in general. We've had 2 early break points on their picks, so interested to see what Ducks might try to opt in for here.
Kind of interesting that there were no speed bans in this match, and yet the first pick for Avengers was still a speed map. You might expect them to go for one of the other reading maps in the pool or for an aim pick, but kind of changing it up on the first pick. I mean, Black Bullet is not in particular a super speed focused pick, but it is still a DT map with quite a few bursts in it, so you're not really going to get the same kind of effect as a No-Mod 1 or a Hard Rock 1 most of the time when you pick that sort of map. And again, in No-Mod 2, something very different from the bans for both of these teams getting picked up by Ducks now. So another switch up, really, in this match as we get another really different sort of map. I want to see the Fremont 1 and Hard Rock 2 in this map pool, because maybe that's the reason why they are picking into it.
Fremont
okay, yeah,
1,
Murmur Twins.
Murmur Twins
okay.
and Nano Death.
Yeah, okay. No, I don't know why they picked this. Perhaps they're just good at it. Let's see. Let's see how it goes.
We'll see. Yeah, 200 BPM Knowledge King streams. We love Knowledge King streams. Yeah, I think the fact that Avengers have banned out like Nano Death, which is equally I think tapping and finger control heavy at 240 BPM, and Murmur Twins, which is deceptively difficult finger control at 174 BPM. Maybe Ducks just feel like they can outperform Avengers on tapping which I think is a really risky card to play. That being said,
Well,
I'm looking at qualifiers again. Qualifiers was a while ago, and I don't have the quarterfinal stats up, but Ducks actually had a solid team score on the qualifiers, no mod 2, whereas Avengers kind of died. But we'll see.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Ducks definitely with a much better no mod 2 score in qualify. I didn't even see Avengers in the top 20 on the... Yeah, they're number 28 on the map out of qualifiers. Only got 1.3 million on the qualifier. What happened? What happened to them on that no mod 2 is the question. This tournament qualified 16 teams and they weren't even top 20 on the map, so definitely a weak spot for Avengers, and understandable that they want to ban that out. I'm more confused now about the DT1 pick than anything else. Yes, it's a DT1, but it's still got some tapping in it. And if you are outclassed on something like the no mod 2 that much, then it's probably not a good idea. A few early breaks from the side of Ducks. Maybe we'll eat our words a little bit on this one, but this section doesn't really give you any time to get adjusted. You're just thrown right into it with the early streams. So big advantage at the start for Avengers, already up about 100,000 score. A lot of map left to go, though. We're not even a quarter of the way in, so not disastrous at the start here for Ducks.
Yeah, it's not disastrous, but there's still 2 FCs, and all the FCs on Ducks are gone. Now, Spoodermain and Pi is the best. I've been finding a lot of chain misses, which is keeping this close, and actually the combo advantage squarely in favor of Ducks now. Hixia and Captain roughly matching the FCs on Avengers. Well, Hixia has completely died, so has Chow actually, so it's Spells and Captain holding on versus Lamp77. Yexa with a little bit of combo. There goes Lamp's full combo, and everybody is dying.
And I feel like this may have been what happened to them on the qualifier no mod 2. Even if they started out well, eventually at some point, it's called a stamina map for a reason, right? You need to be able to hit all of these types of patterns throughout the entire map, and it just doesn't look like anyone on the side of Avengers actually has the stamina to play a stamina map. I mean, their 4th player in Pi is at 40k right now, not to call him out or anything, but there's a serious case of 4th player syndrome, and some of the better combos are now way below their initial accuracy for Avengers. So despite a pretty horrific start on this map for Ducks, they might still be able to win this. Spells and Chow were holding. Chow finally breaks. Spoodermain is holding. Finds the break as well. It's just Spells on the side of Ducks, but there's so many chain misses for them, it might go over anyway. Back to Avengers. Spells finds the drops. Wait, what is happening?
Dio, you mentioned Pi was at 74%. Hixia is at 63%.
Oh my lord. How did Hixia get combo? How did they win that with a 63% score on their team? Maybe the map's a bit hard. I don't know. Any thoughts? Any thoughts, Mr. Host? You have 2 C ranks and a D rank on your semifinals no mod 2. How's that feel?
At Chiv. Yeah, I
what just happened? Great question. I have no idea, but it was fun to watch, I guess. I don't know. They had 2 A ranks for Ducks. That's why they win. Captain and Spells hard carry.
Captain and Spells hard carry.
Something else. Okay. Well, anyway, I still don't really know who wins tapping now. That was not conclusive.
No, not at all. But I think that's the big stamina pick out of the pool, because the remaining tapping maps are DT2, which is Mirage Coordinator. It's more finger control, if anything, rather than stamina. It's still stamina to the point where if you can't play that stuff, your left hand is going to die. But otherwise, it's not just pure long stream stamina test. And then we have DT3, Junketsu, which is just very well, I say very simple. It's just generic 261 BPM bursts. Oh, what is this screen? Okay, what's that screenshot? I want to take a look. Oh my. Okay. I'm putting some deep lore. Okay. Oh
That
no.
is interesting. Okay.
Oh no, that screenshot. Oh no.
Oh my lord! All right, well, we're into another stream map. This is technically a stream map, right? It's got streams in it.
Yes.
Carry me away. Except it's the Armin version. Why did you pull the Armin version? This is the objectively wrong version. Objectively wrong. Well, you take this one away. I don't know this version. It's not the Avina Preety version.
No, it's not. I think it's got some like similarities to it, but I mean, I think in terms of just patterning, I think the Avita version is just better. But I think the first half of this is very like, can you just do basic flow aim, slider tech stuff? The last half, the key ice is really filled with a lot of like cut quads in it, so.
Well, definitely something that the players on Ducks are going to need to have a solid roster for if they want to continue to take these points. I mean, one of their best players in Artblind is not going to be in for this, not a hidden player at all. So
No.
I think it's actually a good pick, just going into the hidden and forcing Artblind out of the lobby for them, because Artblind has had some pretty good plays so far this match, and is one of the players I think they're going to count on when it gets to these later stages for the side of Ducks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think
That's it. Hixia also out of the lobby and had the 800k on DT1. So, yeah, I feel like this is a really good pick for Avengers. A lot of the players that we've seen in Spells, Hixia, Artblind, Captain. Captain is still in, but Yexa did not have a good play on the last map. Did have a good score on Myosotis. So, hopefully we'll see that kind of play again from Hixia, or from Yexa, excuse me. Oh, Hixia does come back in, by the way, last second.
Yeah, very last second. But 2 early breaks on Skyo and Hixia, kind of the cuts. Yexa actually goes down, so does Captain, so already everybody on Ducks down, only Chow to trade it. Pi is the best, gets kick slidered, I guess.
Alright, it's only Blackjack. It's only Blackjack now for Avengers. 97 accuracy on the full combo. Does find the drop there. You still got 97 on Spooderman and Pi as well, though, for Avengers. There's pretty good combo, however, now on Skyo, Yexa, and Captain for Ducks, so this should go over. Accuracy's not bad on either team right now, so it's not going to be a big swing point, but there goes all of the combos for Ducks.
Oh, that was tragic to see that series of breaks. Skyo and Captain got kind of kick slider than Yexa. I think misaimed his stream. And the only person to have broken on this section on the side of Avengers is Chalice. Spooderman, Pi is the best. Blackjack, okay, 2 of them went down, but Pi is the best, holding that 400 combo. Pretty much the only combo in the lobby. Yexa is trying to match in some regard, but down 200 combo. And accuracy, also down in accuracy. We'll see what happens. Chow and Blackjack both chain missed that entire stream.
Yeah, it was a 200,000 score lead at the break, now down, closing in on 100,000 already here. Pi and Spooderman break again, but there's just not that much combo on Ducks. It all lies on Captain right now, as Skyo, Yexa, and Hixia continue to find these misses here in the last KI time. Captain goes down as well, and that 200 score lead is now, that 200,000 score lead is somehow now back on the side of Avengers, despite, you know, this last core is going pretty well at the start for Ducks. It just swings right back the other way. And I feel like that's a bit of just a team consistency issue. 3rd and 4th player syndrome. Again, you have 250k on Skyo, 180k on Hixia. Hixia really not having a good last 2 maps after the 800k on DT1. But the entire team for Avengers above 300k. And just the 1.2 million by itself, each player getting 300k would have been enough. And then you have Pi is best at 420,000 score. All almost matching Yexa, the top scorer in the lobby. So just a better team score for Avengers. And again, I think it goes back to, like, you want to force out a lot of the more consistent tournament players on the side of Ducks from playing, in the hidden mod, I think, did a pretty good job of that for that pick.
Yeah, I would have to agree as well. I'm interested to see what's happening on the side of Ixia. I think there could be just maybe some tech issues on the side of Ixia, because we did see that solid 800k performance on DD1, but I think the kind of drop-off in performance makes me think either there could just be some potential, like, tech issues that probably could warrant, like, a game restart or something. Perhaps. We'll have no clue as to the entire reasoning behind that, but again, it's tied up 2-2 again, and both teams have equalized on their own picks and break points, so kind of back to square one, best of 7 here. If I'm Ducks, I'd probably take a look into maybe picking Hard Rock 3. There it is. Yeah, there's the Hard Rock 3 pick. Hulkamania.
I mean, Artblind kind of gave that one away, right? Asked to play Hard Rock 3 after the last map. I feel like I agree a lot with you on this pick. Pokemania tends to be a little bit speedy, a little bit bursty, a little bit stamina intensive, which is something that Avengers doesn't really have and Ducks does. Plus, it's a Hard Rock map, so you're going to have more than a few players on their side who are more comfortable on that mod than the side of Avengers. Kind of the foil to the hidden team is the Hard Rock team in this case, and Ducks is going to fill that role of the foil here.
Yeah. I am definitely interested to see the scores on this, because this is probably one of the harder picks in this pool. But I don't think it's hard enough to have been warranted in a later round. Because I think the map just comes down to, like, the map itself is very, like, simple, but it's very easy to kind of just miss on air. But you mentioned, like, the finger control, kind of the bursty elements. There's very few 240 BPM quads in this, compared to some of the other difficulties in this set. There's still like 1 or 2 of those. It's a lot of it is about just the finger control and aim control between just making sure you're tapping like doubles into slider heads and so on. And a lot of like flow aim changes as well. Very short map too.
Yeah, this set got pooled a lot over the last year or so when people kind of forgot that. Hixia, yeah.
I think that's an abort.
I think so. Anyway, yeah, the set got pooled a lot over the last year when people kind of forgot that not everybody can play 1/6 bursts in alt maps and tech maps. And so, like you said, you get a lot of the basically tech alt elements, right? Tons of aim control, tons of sliders, tons of just generally tricky patterns and other finger control. And then you have to also be able to play the 1/6 240 BPM bursts in this map. So the whole set just kind of becomes this ungodly mishmash of really technical, difficult control-based skills mixed with the raw mechanics of the speed that's required to hit a lot of the 1/6 bursts, and that kind of ends up removing a lot of otherwise very good alt and tech players from the equation. So players who can do all 3 of those skills end up being incredibly good in comparison to most others on this sort of map. Hopefully we get Hixia back in, by the way.
Yeah, it looks like it was
it looks like we're ready.
Disconnect. So hopefully that is fixed. Looks like they're blaming LOL on that. So yeah, blame LOL.
Blame LOL.
Yeah. I think the speed element on this definitely like not nearly as prevalent on this particular difficulty compared to a lot of the other difficulties. So,
Yeah, top diff on this set is silly.
yeah. Yeah, I think there's only like maybe 2 or 3 quads on this diff. But we do see some early breaks from Hixia, and Pi is the best. Yexa finds a break on the Buzz Slider. Hixia goes down again.
A lot of breaks for both teams now. Lamp also finding the drop. Spooderman and Blackjack holding, Spells and Artblind holding. There goes Spells and Artblind. And now suddenly there's 0 combo on anybody besides Spooderman and Blackjack. Blackjack now the only person to hold. The Spooderman finds a break there right before the Ki time. This drop finds Blackjack's combo as well.
Yeah, he misread that pattern. But it's already 150,000 score lead though.
And there's no combo on Ducks. They have nobody alive to take advantage of the breaks from Spooderman and Blackjack. Lamp, in fact, has the highest combo in the lobby for Avengers. So Ducks just not really able to do anything here. We're already over 2/3 of the way into this map. You mentioned how short of a pick this is. Another break now to come through from Artblind, and I think this map's just over. We're closing in on 300,000 score lead for Avengers here with no high combos on Ducks to speak of. Hixia, their best, up against Spooderman, now the only remaining combo for Avengers.
Yeah, the control required is kind of just claiming lives all over the place. Spooderman holding on through this last PI, so is Artblind, but unfortunately, there's just nothing left. Artblind finds a break on the Buzz Slider. Spooderman, with that 550 combo, finally goes down, but going to top score pretty easily, and that's the 400,000 score lead to close it out.
Yeah, you know, Artblind, to his credit, pretty good score there, 366k on the map for Ducks, but Spooderman and Blackjack both outscoring Artblind, and both Lamp with the C rank and Pi outscoring everybody else on the side of Ducks. So there's just nothing they could do about that one. It's another win across the board for Avengers this time around, and it seems like the tech elements in this map were just too tricky for a lot of the players on Ducks. You saw Yexa have a lot of trouble with the reading. You saw their 4th player who just exited lobby have a lot of trouble with the reading, and Hixia just kind of finding too many misses throughout the map. Artblind with a little bit of inconsistency, and suddenly you just have, you know, a really lackluster team score for Ducks. So I'm hoping it was kind of the style of map that you saw there, as they did ban out No Mod 1 as well. So you're starting to get kind of closed in on options if you are Ducks at this point. You know, you don't want to go for something like the Hard Rock one in this case, which is still an AIM map. You don't particularly want to go for other tech maps or other tricky alt maps, but what else is left in the pool if you get rid of those options, right? You're really starting to run out of available maps if that is the case.
And speaking of the tech pick, you know, Avengers just broke Ducks on the tech Hard Rock. Might as well just pick the tech No Mod now.
Yep.
Hypersonic. This is a map that I think was pulled all the way back in OMS, and then that difficulty bit finally got ranked pretty recently on a different set, so this one is just pure can you aim. It's a lot of like very fast sliders, kind of almost a jump map, to be fair. There's like 2 quads at 263 BPM, kind of in like in the middle. But really just kind of make sure, can you aim some of this stuff? Because the aim on this is pretty tricky. You can cheese, I think, every single slider in this map just by hitting the slider heads, but you're not going to get that leniency you're not going to get the slider leniency to get you the full 300 on the slider. If you're just going to cheese the slider heads, you will be dropping accuracy.
All right, well, we'll see whether it's a difference in how good they are on the tech map or if it was just kind of a low roll for Ducks on the last map. You have I think it's one sub out for captain here now. So
yeah,
hopefully
I think
we get
spells stepping out for captain.
yeah. Understandable. Spells had the C rank on the last map, lowest score for them. So understandable sub out here as we get captain back in for another one of the no-mod picks. Spider-Man, Lamp, Blackjack, and Pi staying in for Avengers. I see no reason for any of them to leave the lobby either. Besides, just comfort on a particular map or with no mod in general, but seems like all of them are just fine with it. Couple early breaks, Spoodermain, Hixia, both finding some early breaks here. Spoodermain finding another one, actually. Did find a super early slider break right before that, but nothing super consequential on the early traded breaks here. Get into the first stream section, and now the first drop. This is where we'll finally start to see some more of the breaks. Lamp with a miss-aim, Captain with a miss-aim, Hixia dropping as well. Blackjack also finding a miss-aim there, dropping the slider break. Artline finding the drop as well. It's Yexa and Pi to hold on to the combo. Spooderman on a little bit of a more recovered combo than anyone else, though. So better combo still on the side of Avengers. There goes Pi and Yexa at the same time. All full combos are gone. So you're looking more at the accuracy and more at any particularly big held combos for either of these teams, but it seems like both of those are on the side of Avengers right now. 110,000 score lead already.
Yeah, this first drop is just, everybody is just breaking left, right, and center. We haven't seen a massive combo that could be a game changer on this. Right now it's just kind of just better consistency on the side of Avengers. We get Artblind and Spoodermain breaking on that slow slider, as well as Captain, I believe. Nobody breaks on that first 263 quad. So Artblind finds a misread on that backing section. There goes Captain as well. And there's only a quarter of the map remaining. I think the score lead is too large at this point for any sort of comeback to happen, really.
Yeah, I was going to say, I hate to say it, but I think it's just the tech debuff for Ducks here. None of their members really looking comfortable on this style of map at all. The most comfortable member is Yexa, who's competitive for sure with the best players on the side of Avengers, but the rest of the team just can't match anything coming out of them from the high-scoring members, as they have Spooder Pi and Blackjack all above 300k, Pi above 400 on that map with the top score in the lobby. So again, it's just another win almost across the board once again. Yep. For Avengers. 2 across the board wins on 2 tech maps in a row really says you are not picking tech into us ever again in this matchup, and we can potentially pick stuff like the No Mod 3, the Polyphia alt map into you as well, and be relatively comfortable with it. As I don't know if there's any other more tech-focused maps in this pool. Maybe something like Gunjo in Double Time, but that's a whole different beast, being that AR 10.3 reading map as well. So I think that's very, very, very team-dependent for that sort of map, and you can't draw too many other conclusions about it, especially given there's no other high approach rate maps in this pool. But for sure, Avengers up a breakpoint. 2 tech wins in a row, and suddenly for Ducks, after a no mod 1 ban, losses on the tech maps, even in the Hard Rock pool, you're really just looking at speed maps now for this team.
Yeah, but I mean, speed is still kind of a toss-up. We did see how close, the DT1 and the no mod 2 were, so even those picks aren't guaranteed. We do see the DT3 Chuketsu map picked here. The 261 BPM burst. We'll see if, the tapping maps are a way for Ducks to come back into this. But again, kind of a toss-up.
Yeah, and even if it is a toss-up, I mean, what else do they have to go off of? That's the question you have to ask, because the last time they won a map was No Mod 2. The time before that was DT1. Those are the only picks that they've been able to win. Everything else was relatively convincing for the side of Avengers. I mean, 360k on Pokemania, 275k on Carry Me Away, and then before that, 225k on Myosotis. So there's not really any, I think, question about what the options are here for Ducks, even if this is kind of a toss-up here. Given how close the DT1 and No Mod 2 were. So we'll see if this pays off for them. I believe the DT2 is still open as well. So if this goes well, They do still potentially have another pick. They can try the DT4 also, depending on if their members are comfortable with it. But finally we see, I think, the finished lineup for Ducks, and we'll get into a speedier map here. Taiwanese Suiji Tournament Custom from Kipalt, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep, so Kipalt. Of course it is.
It's Hatsuki, Hero. Of course it's Kipalt.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, you mentioned it. Like, the speed, the tapping is really what's given Ducks kind of some fight in this map. And we even saw, like, Avengers banning out Nano Def, which is another one of those, like, really tapping-intensive maps. So maybe Avengers just don't feel as good on tapping today. See, early breaks from Lamp77 and Captain. Yexa appears to have been a miss-aim. So it's 3 FCs to 2. Dio, you may be right. The speed may be the play for Ducks here. Pie's best. Lamp77 having a lot of troubles. Yexa's been struggling a little bit in this PI section, and it's traded breaks all around. Yexa, Captain, and Ixia go down, but so does Lamp77, Blackjack, and Pie's best. So it's Spells versus Scooter main right now, and Spells has the lead at the moment. Slightly better accuracy, and there goes Scooter main on that long burst.
Yeah, there goes 3 of the members for Avengers on that long.
No.
Okay, Spells! Alright,
Okay.
I guess. You know, sure. Also break just right afterwards. Maybe saw the leaderboard and got a little nervous there, I guess. Ixia and Blackjack with the highest combos right now. But I think you can kind of ignore combo at this point. You've got 3 members down in the 80s for accuracy on Avengers, and 2 members in the 90s for Ducks at the moment. Captain and Yexa, yes, struggling a little bit, but you can see the effect that this overall accuracy is having, and in how comfortable Hixia and Spells are. Yes, Hixia's found another couple of breaks, but both of them were able to hold on to a pretty sizable combo during that section, and clearly do look a bit more comfortable than the members for Avengers on this map overall, and that's why you have this score lead now for Ducks, not to mention the 400 combo built up once again for Spells.
Yeah. And this is just looking like a full team gap on this. I mean, we have Yexa and Captain outperforming Lamp and Pie's best. Lamp still has yet to reach the 100k mark on this map, by the way. Will Lamp even hit 100k on this?
Good question.
Surely, right?
Okay, there's 100k.
Okay.
But score loss is possible?
Nah.
Okay, never mind. We're good. 100k.
100k.
But yeah, I mean that's a team diff right there. 490k for Spells versus the 414 for Spooderman. And then you have 2 people above 300k for Ducks otherwise, and of course the bottom score, Yexa, still better than both Pie and Lamp. So definitely a much better overall team score for Ducks on that one, but we'll see how well they can carry that into the rest of the match. DT2 is a pretty obvious next pick for this team. After that, though, you start to be a little bit concerned about how they get that last point they need to force the tiebreaker, because there's only so many maps left in the pool, only so many other skill sets available to be picked in this pool. You have a 210 BPM hidden one. Maybe that's an option. But that's a stretch. That's a stretch for sure.
And I think if you're Avengers, you either pick the Polyphia alt map, or you play into something like No Mod 5 or Free Mod 2. Because Ducks did ban out the air Halloween party, like the low AR hidden. Whiteland Calm is AR7 no mod. It's KTGster though, so it's brutal, but it's a reading map. And then you have Free Mod 2, which is just funny.
Well, let's see what they end up going with. Personally, I really like the Polyphia map. I think that's a very good pick for them. They have 2 picks left, by the way, for Ducks, or for Avengers, excuse me. So even if this Polyphia pick does backfire, they still have another chance to win this and at least force tiebreaker. So this does not need to work, but I think it's a very, very good pick for them. How much of the kind of typical rhythm change stuff does this map have in it? Because I'm not familiar with this difficulty in particular, but I assume it has some of it. It's a Polyphia song.
Yeah, I haven't looked at this diff in particular, so I'm just gonna @Jim on this one.
Yeah. It's Polyphia. You know, it's probably got some 1/3 and some 1/6 in it at the very least.
Yeah, Polyphia and Mirror, it's bound to be very rhythmically heavy, even if it is like pulled in the quote-unquote alt slot. But yeah, full dwindling down. There's not a lot left open. But Ducks are still down the break point. We'll see. So Ducks will need to win at least one of Avengers' picks here. Avengers, they're not feeling the pressure just yet. See LOL, Speed of Snail, Moyo. I think it's the first time we've seen Moyo in for this match so far for Avengers, and then Pi is the best.
I think it's also the first time we've seen Speed of Snail in. No, we did see Speed of Snail on the very first map, and then we have not seen them since. So this is Speed of Snail's first map since the very first map of the match. And yeah, definitely first time we've seen Moyo in.
Yeah, the last time we've seen Speed of Snail was almost 40 minutes ago, so...
It's been a while.
It's been
Welcome
a while.
back.
Welcome back. And on the side of Ducks, Yexa, Captain, Skyo, and Hixia.
Someone call a paramedic. I can't speak. It's automatic. Made me forget every word. 'Cause like that's a lot of letters.
All right, early miss for Hixia. Early couple of chain misses for Hixia on this. Not looking super comfortable. It looked like maybe a keyboard double tap or something, as we just saw random chain missing on a very low spacing section.
Yeah, maybe. But the players are reading so far, not getting caught off by those triangles. The Captain finds a slider break.
Oh no.
Lol goes down, but it...
it's begun. It's begun.
It's begun.
This is the tech difference right here. Hixia, the only member left. Speed of Snail actually FCing for Avengers, and everyone else has missed. So one FC versus one big combo right now. If Hixia whole, all right, never mind.
No, it's over. I think the tech difference has fully commenced.
It has manifested, yeah. I don't know, not much that Ducks can do here if they are just this outclassed on technical types of maps, and kind of unfortunate for them as Speed of Snail does find the chain miss here, drop a lot of score, but there's only so many members that have combo for Ducks. Skyo and Yexa right now. LOL, however, matching. LOL, a very experienced, very, very good low BPM alt aim control sort of player as well, so not one to be prone to chain missing on stuff like this, and you can see competitive with the best score on the team coming out of Pies.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just a another kind of a team gap, unfortunately, on this. And LOL is just holding on. Hits all of this stuff. Finally drops on the 1/6, but I mean, the score lead is already almost 400,000. It's yeah, it's very much doomed. Everybody has died on the end except Moyo.
Alright, so we go DT2 next for Ducks, and then you're looking at the last pick for Avengers, either to win the match, or if they lose it, they're at least guaranteed the tiebreaker. Ducks needing to force the tiebreaker now to get a win in this matchup. Avengers cannot win another point if Ducks want to stay in the tournament. This is a losers bracket match. By the way, this is not winners bracket. That is tomorrow at 19 UTC. So you're looking at hopefully for the side of Ducks a win on their own pick and the next pick for Avengers, and that's really all you can possibly hope for here. Let's look at the rest of the map pool, because I think that's a more interesting topic of conversation than, oh, by the way, they picked Mirage Coordinator DT2. That's like, I if they don't pick that, they're trolling, I feel like, after the way this match has gone.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah,
there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, all right. What is left? We have Nomad 1 is banned. Why is Nomad 1 welcome to the Black Parade? I'm sorry?
Yes.
Wait, I just... okay, suddenly I'm less surprised by the Nomad 1 ban than I was before. Hidden 2 Nomad 1 were the bans for Ducks, so I feel like with all of the tech maps gone, you're going to probably lean into those bans for Avengers. Nomad 5 is up, it's AR7. Freemod 2 is up, it's Barusa of Mikosu, but I think they're less likely to pick that because it is Freemod, and the members of Ducks can overmod Hard Rock if they want to, which is a probable thing that could happen.
The thing about Barusa of Mikosu is if you're going to overmod Hard Rock, you're almost, I think, guaranteed to just cap out at 500k, because there's that one back and forth section that
hey, look, given the scores in this match, I'm going to be happy to cap out at 500k. It seems like 500k is top scoring a map for the most part in this match.
Fair enough, fair enough.
So,
there's also there's also the easy cheese potential on Fremont too. Don't forget the easy cheese.
That's true. If they have some good easy players for Avenger, I think they could probably pick into that and be comfortable enough. The only other maps that are left up are like Hidden 1, which they might be able to pick into that, actually. The Hidden Pool has been good for Avengers as well. And Hard Rock 1 and DT4. DT4, I don't think they pick DT. They're never going to pick that. And Hard Rock 1, maybe they pick. It's probably the most bog standard aim consistency map in this pool.
It's so bog standard, but the matches that we've seen it play, we have seen, like, it's like by the end of the first KI, it's almost always just been a 1v1 and everybody else just kind of dying, because it's just, there's so many like cross screens that you have to deal with, and like you could just fall off a note, you could fall off a stream, and you just lose all your combo, all your score. But DT2, Mirage Coordinator, the expected pick here from Ducks after seeing how, you know, the match has progressed. And yeah, it's Moyo and Spells. They're the only combos left. And Spells goes down, so it's only Moyo, who's down at 88%. You can see the finger control required for this. 4 people get caught out by the long streak: Spooderman's Lamp, Blackjack, and Spells. Moyo the only combo on Avengers, but matched and over, and well, Moyo's gone. Yexa and Spells go down on the quad as well, so it's only Captain and Hixia left.
And at this point, you just start looking at accuracy a little bit more than combo. You have, again, 3 people in the 80s for Avengers, and everybody above 90 for Ducks. You got a 97 on Spells as well, 94 on Captain, who's now holding the only big combo in the lobby. The best combo for Avengers is on Spooderman. He's the one player above 90% for them right now. Moyo maybe will get above that 90% soon, is at 89.x. But this is just... yeah, this is why they've been picking speed the entire matchup now for Ducks after they figured it out. They're just better. They are just more skilled on speed. It's a team difference, and there's not all that much that Avengers can really do about it, because it doesn't seem like their team was built for speed in these later stages. You know, semifinals and beyond, especially in rank restricted tournaments, is where you really do have to rely on your specialty players who are on a roster with one particular thing in mind and who are really good at certain things, because the pools in rank restricted tournaments, more so than open rank tournaments, get so hard in comparison to the average player skill level that past a certain point you get very low average scores. I mean, we're in semifinals and the average score in this match is what, 250k?
Yeah.
So you just need to rely on these players who can be comfortable on certain types of picks. Captain and Hixia. Oh wow. Okay, my bad, guys. My bad. I didn't mean it. I take it back. I'm sorry. They're not comfortable.
They got a bit spooked by the end of the Slosh section. So it's only Spoodermane with the big combo actually has some good
And
support from
Blackjack.
Blackjack. Yeah, but Spoodermane goes down. So it's Blackjack.
Okay, there we go.
There's a little bit of combo from Yexa, and Captain and Hixia have recovered nicely to kind of negate that. Blackjack goes down. Yexa unmatched. Yeah.
I don't know. We've seen the specialties for both of these teams come out into full force in this matchup, and beyond the specialties, they haven't really looked comfortable on anything. It's been the tech specialty for Avengers and the speed specialty for Ducks, and aside from those two skill sets, they have pretty much tried to not venture out at all from those two separate skills. Hixia, by the way, big combo to close this out, will be backing up the top score from Captain very nicely here. Might even take top score for himself. But
Yeah.
Spoodermane, though, 420,000 score on this. The top score in the lobby just, again, doesn't matter because everybody on Ducks is over 300k.
Yeah, this one is actually just a pure team consistency gap. Captain breaks the 400k mark. Hixia, I think there's a spinner at the end, will also... Nah, it's just a slow slider, but also breaks the 400k mark. And the last pick goes well for Ducks. They've kept themselves in this far. It's Avengers' pick, though. The last pick of the match. And Ducks need to break Avengers on this pick to force tiebreaker.
Tournament life on the line for both of these teams. Again, losers bracket in the semifinals. Loser exits top 6, tied 5th and 6th. Winner advances into the top 4 with a chance at one more match against, it looks like, Indomie Milk Curry for a spot in the top 3 here.
We're in semifinals, Dio. Not quite yet.
Oh, yeah, never mind. So this would be... Yeah, my bad. This would be top 12, or they could face off against Indomie Milk Curry for a spot in top 6.
Yeah.
Guaranteed top 8 if you do win this matchup. My bad. Again, I really think it's a choice between No Mod 5 and Free Mod 2 for Avengers here. I don't see them wanting to... Maybe Hidden 1 as well. I think Hidden 1 would also be an okay pick for them, but I don't really see them wanting to pick into stuff like the Hard Rock 1 or the DT4. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah, Hard Rock 1 has just been rough for pretty much every team that's played it, and DT4... It's a very different beast compared to the other tech maps we've seen in the pool. So yeah, I think the best option that's available is actually just going to be No Mod 5, Free Mod 2. Look at Artblind in the chat.
Artblind asking to pick Free Mod 2. Classic Artblind. Perhaps they will pick it. You never know.
Yeah.
This is actually the reverse psychology bait from Artblind. He's going to ask them to play Free Mod 2 so that they pick No Mod 5 instead. But joke's on them, Ducks has actually put 10,000 hours of practice into No Mod 5. It's DT4!
Wow. Okay.
DT4, okay. All right, very different from what we expected. I don't know if I like it or not. We'll see how it goes. AR 10.3. This is originally an alt aim control style map. With DT, it becomes disgusting spacing aim control 202 BPM bursty stuff.
Yeah.
So this is a weird one. This is a weird one. High AR aim control reading pick is what this is.
I am very interested to see how this one plays out. Ducks, I think, on like gimmicky stuff, could make... I think they still like have a chance, but considering how like Hard Rock 3, Hidden 3 even, I think, and No Mod 4 have gone in favor of Avengers, it's not a bad shout to maybe try to close out the match on this DT4 pick.
I think the style of mapping is good. The thing that makes it a toss-up for me is the approach rate. You have such good high AR players on the side of Ducks, and we haven't really seen that be the case for Avengers. I mean, the reading is not the issue on Pokemania for Ducks, right? It was the style of map. And Avengers banned out Hard Rock 2 as well, so it's a very weird sort of pick. We'll see if they end up getting the win or not. Style of map definitely favors Avengers. And one other thing to note, if we do get to the tiebreaker, So Damn Tough, a very, very tech-focused tiebreaker, Kali map. So you're going to end up favoring Avengers on the tiebreaker anyway, maybe sort of playing with the last pick here and experimenting a little bit, knowing that they are favored on the tiebreaker.
But the good luck, have funs are coming out. The very last pick of this match. Will Ducks be able to break this pick? They've been down that one break point for this would be 5 maps now.
Already an early break for Yexa. Finds one slider break, just an aim component here at the start. Not too much different after you get past this initial section, by the way. A lot of just basic jumps and high spacing triples, and that's it. Moyo, Spooderman, Artblind all finding drops now. Better combo for Ducks because of Yexa's early miss and recovery being still alive now. It Spells and Hixia versus Lamp and Blackjack on the FC as Artblind trades another miss with Moyo. Lamp drops the FC for Avengers, and that is now an FC advantage and recovered combo on Yexa going into the next section for Ducks. Oh, never mind. Hixia.
Well, the FC advantage is gone, but Spells is still holding on, and Yexa actually pretty much on an FC. And Artblind and Hixia are recovering. So is Spooderman and Moyo, though. Lamp is struggling a little bit in the accuracy department, maybe not feeling that comfortable on it. There goes Artblind and Hixia, though. Moyo goes down as well, so again, just kind of the battle between the two players. Spooderman goes down, Yexa trades it, so it's just the battle of the full combos right now.
It is Spells and Blackjack. There goes Blackjack. Spells now potentially able to win them the point for Ducks and bring them to tiebreaker. If he can only hold on for a little bit longer, there's about 150,000 score lead for Ducks at the moment. A better recovering combo is being built up for Avengers, so if Spells does miss, the score lead can still go back over. Moyo is going to break, though, and that does bring their chances at a comeback down a little bit. Artblind does hold a little bit of good supporting combo for Spells as well, and this might have just been the combo that they needed. Spells is just popping off right now, still holding on to the full combo. Next best score is from Blackjack at 470k. Spells finally misses. We'll see if it ends up mattering here. There's big recovered combo now on Spooderman and Lamp.
Lamp
Blackjack
goes down, though.
will miss, Lamp will miss, and I don't think the break from Spells is going to matter as the score lead's still above 500k, or 100k, excuse me, with just a sliver of map left here.
They could still go over, though. Moyo has a 350 combo as well to back up Spooderman, so it could still go over. The score lead's already shrunk to about 30k. We'll see what happens at the very end here. There goes Yexa, Spells, Blackjack. It's 2 breaks on both sides.
Hixia drops!
Spooderman goes down, though.
It's Artblind and Moyo. Will it be enough for Artblind to hold on?
It is.
It will! Oh my god. Artblind holds the very end, and if Artblind had not held there, Moyo's combo would have been enough to bring it over. It's an 11,000 score lead, not even 10,937 score lead for the blue team in Ducks as they force the tiebreaker against Avengers. First tiebreaker of the weekend, as we finally get one in the semifinals. Very close matchup between these two teams. Our last matchup in the top 12 part of the semifinals bracket. So let's see how it goes. So damn tough. Indeed, very tough match for both of these teams.
Yeah. But Ducks have been able to claw it back now. They got 2 points to kind of keep themselves in it. So, but like you mentioned, Dio, so damn tough. Very tech focused, and we've seen Avengers kind of just have the better roles on tech right now. with the small exception in DT4, but even then, that was still very close. So you almost want to just favor Avengers on this tiebreaker, just based on how the rest of the match has gone with those wins on the tech maps. I mean, we saw Fremont 3, Maya Sodas. That was a 225k win for Avengers.
I think the one thing that Ducks have going for them is that this map is pretty damn streamy. I mean, this is not just a tech map. This is a tech stream map. And there is a difference there. There are a lot of players who are really, really good at tech maps in general, and slider aim maps in general, who will not feel super comfortable on this style of map. And likewise, there are a lot of really good speed stream players who will not feel comfortable on some aspects of this because of the tech parts. So I think I think it depends on how well both of these teams can adapt to the aspects of the map that they are uncomfortable with. You're going to be looking to Ducks to hold during the more tech-intensive parts, and at Avengers to hold during the streamy sections, keep the flow aim intact, keep the stamina intact for some of the longer streams on this map. And it is only 175 BPM, so I think on paper you're still looking at Avengers, but there are aspects of this where Ducks can look to it and say, yeah, they'll still break here, they'll still have trouble with this, and we can still play a lot of this map. So need to keep that faith and keep your head up if you are Ducks going into this tiebreaker. This is your last chance to stay in the tournament and secure top 8.
Yeah. Artblind, by the way, it is like 4 a.m. for Artblind. I'm pretty sure he stayed up for this match, so that fatigue is probably kicking in pretty hard right now.
Talk about a stamina player.
Talk about Hard Rock. Artblind, let's go!
Artblind Hard Rock
Artblind is map. The Giga Chad. The comfort mod. It's the comfort mod for Artblind. I'm not sure if it will pay off, but it's the comfort.
Wow.
Artblind is just Hard Rock skill cap player.
He is. This map is AR 9.4, which is apparently low approach rate if you're Artblind. Oh my god. All right, well, here we go. So damn tough Hard Rock. This map definitely is so damn tough with Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Are there even any Hard Rock? I think there's a hidden Hard Rock FC on this, right?
Let me check.
But I don't know about Hard Rock only. I gotta check. This map is... There is a hidden Hard Rock FC from Malashevsky.
Of course.
The only other modded FCs on this map are hidden FCs from Thunder and Toy. So this is a big dick move if I've ever seen it. Don't know if it's gonna pay off. It looks like Yexa, Captain, and Hixia right now are...
It's Spooderman. Spooderman.
I'm sorry.
It's a long map though, 7 minutes in length. Yeah. So early breaks not really gonna matter.
Here we go into the streaming sections. This is the part where maybe we see some players on Avengers have some trouble. Spooderman, though, has just been next level good this entire match. He has been putting up fantastic scores for this team throughout the entire match. In fact, top scoring the double time 2 Mirage coordinator that we saw earlier. So not a player who is liable to break during these streaming sections. And now still holding on to the only FC here. Getting into the second quarter of this match, Pi and Captain going to trade some breaks. It's Yexa and Lamp with good recovered combos. Hixie and Artblind are going to need to match Spooderman, though, as he's just continuing to go.
Yeah. A quarter of the way through, though, Captain and Pi are going to trade misses again. And the recovery combo is slowly being built up. There goes Blackjack, so it's Spooderman, Lamp right now versus... Oh, but Yexa goes down. That was the large combo that Ducks had. Artblind goes down as well. Spooderman still on the full combo. Hixia 500 behind.
Spooderman, this match, has played 10 out of 11 maps and has already top scored 2 of them, on track to top score a 3rd in the tiebreaker.
Oh no!
He missed on jump!
He missed on air! No!
He missed on an
But
air jump!
Hixia goes down on the sliders though, so the big
It wasn't even a hard part! How'd that happen, man?
He missed on 2-star jumps! Osu players, man!
Oh my god!
Osu players with 2-star jumps! I guess 2-star jumps are just the hardest things in this game now.
So damn tough.
Who would have thunk it? Alright, Hixia and Captain right now. Pi does have a good combo as well.
Oh, Hixia was a
Pi on
banjo
5 combo, but Hixia though, rough start to this match for Hixia in general. Had some good scores and then had that string of maps where they were having technical issues the entire time and bottom scoring their locals by like 700,000 score, right? So this is the redemption story for Hixia if they can hold on. This is the hard part though, and there's the miss during the hard section. Pi now holding on to big combo alongside Lamp for Avengers, and I don't know, aptly named team. They got the squad together for this one. When Spooderman drops Pi and eventually Lamp joining in as part of the squad now, finally does find a miss for Lamp. It's Pi now holding on over halfway through, closing in on that 200k mark.
And Pi's looking really comfortable on this as well. 97.17%, the highest accuracy in this lobby. It's these 1/3s, the third person to break 1,000 combo on this map. Spooderman goes down though, but the score lead already 100,000, and there's no combo really to speak of on the side of Ducks. Pi finally goes down, traded with Captain, but all the combos right now on Ducks are being matched by Avengers.
That said, it's only a 90k score lead. It's not that big of a score lead for Avengers right now, and there is still a third of the map left to go for Ducks. That's, 2.5 minutes or so of playtime, right? You've still got a lot of map left in this tiebreaker. So there is still comeback potential for Ducks. There's plenty of time for misses to come through for Avengers, but Ducks is going to have to pop off in the last quarter of this map. We're going to get into another one of the harder tech-streamy sections rather than just the pure streams. Captain and Hixia finding the misses. Yexa following up with one after ones. Artblind left alone against Spooderman, Lamp, and Pi with big combo for Avengers. And I don't know, the squad difference, Suicune. The squad difference is coming through on this.
It's a quad reset on Ducks as well. Spooderman holding on. And now I think with that quad break on the side of Ducks, I think this is now over. The squad difference really did coming through. The Avengers have pulled up. Hardline goes down again. Yeah. This last hard part's claiming pretty much everybody. Captain holding on, but with only a 300 combo to his name. There's a quarter of the map remaining. I don't think, unless Captain just FCs the rest of the map and Avengers just dies by a single Thanos snap or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain goes down.
I think that's it. I think that's it for this map. The Hard Rock preference mod not paying off in the end for Artblind, the only player below the 200,000 score mark at this point in the map, and gonna be finding some more misses here, so probably not breaking that mark. And you can't say, hindsight is 2020. Sure, it didn't work out the way he wanted, but maybe the pop-off potential was there after all and just didn't come to fruition. Unfortunately, the team difference is going to be too strong. You have two players above 300k, and Spooderman and Pi, and Lamp and Blackjack both above that 240k mark now for Avengers. So even if Artblind was on pace with somebody like Captain or Blackjack or Lamp, it would not have mattered. The top scores were too good for Avengers.
Yeah, and Blackjack, Spooderman, and Lamp holding combo through the end. And that's a wrap. Just the last section here. And Spooderman once again with the top score. Probably going to break the 370k. And with the final score difference, about 140,000, Avengers move on to top 8.
Very solid overall team performance for Avengers. They had a couple of maps where they looked a little bit shaky. Definitely the DT1 mispick at the start of the match, kind of giving away a little bit of information over to Ducks, but and the DT4 mispick at the end as well, almost costing them the matchup here. That was still a relatively close tiebreaker as well, but it never really looked super close except for when Hixia was holding that 1,000 combo. That was the only time on this map where it did really look to be pretty close the entire rest of the way through. It looked like that team difference we had seen time and time again on all the previous tech maps, and that is where Avengers showed their dominance on this map pool and where they'll likely want to pick into against their next opponent in Indomie Milk Curry. Good luck to them in that matchup. That's going to be 14 UTC tomorrow. And that'll be match 22 in the semifinals. You've got a 13 UTC matchup right before that with Cockholm Syndrome versus Kururu at 13 UTC tomorrow, 14 UTC. This matchup with Avengers going through. And then a few hours later, the winners bracket semifinals at 19 UTC.
Yeah. We got the battle. We got the Battle of Australia down in Cockholm Syndrome versus Kurululu, Australia, Southeast Asia. Both of those teams have looked pretty solid in their first matchups. 6-1 victory for Kurululu over Ion Weapons, 6-2 victory for Cockholm Syndrome versus Good Luck Scheduling. That's bound to be a good match here. And then we just saw Avengers take down Ducks in a pretty close match here. So, an Indomie Milk Curry, they had a little bit of a rough start in their match versus the China Males, but were able to bring it back off of some very good consecutive point victories. So I'm sure that's bound to be a good match. Unlucky that we aren't able to see We Play versus Maestriche in the winner bracket this week. Unfortunately, just players were unavailable this weekend. But we have Tema MMA versus Wakaranai, seeds 2 and 3 in the winners bracket as well tomorrow. It's bound to be some good matches. But unfortunately
I think
for Ducks,
that's it for now.
Yeah, Ducks, unfortunately for them, their run ends here. Top 12 finish and I'd say pretty stacked tournament overall and some difficult maps to play through. So good job to them for getting here, but unfortunately the Avengers squad beating them on so damn tough. But we'll see. We'll be back with you tomorrow. I should be able to make that 13 UTC, so we should be able to get all the matches tomorrow streamed, so expect to see some more streams tomorrow. But otherwise, take care, everybody.